Now, some people ask me, what do I do if sex gets boring? Well, first of all, if sex is boring to you, isn't that a little odd? I mean, we're saying sex. If you say sex and boring in the same context, something's probably not right. And you need to pursue that. Now, a lot of people use that in the context of pornography. Usually, take it to the bank. Usually, if someone's bored with sex or complaining about sex in that way, they've got their head in the toilet somewhere looking at pornography. And pornography will ruin sex for anybody. It's not a healthy thing. You can't, nobody looks like that. Nobody does that kind of stuff. Nobody is this animal passion that these actors are acting out in these porn things. A lot of people who have porn addictions, they're destroying their own sex life. The very thing they want, they're not going to get if they use porn. You need to get some help. And for those couples that are struggling with this, usually a guy, and sometimes some women as well, but the spouse of the person who's addicted, you need to understand something. It's an addiction, just like heroin addiction, just like alcohol addiction. It's not going to make you feel good. You'll feel bad when there's a sexual addiction involved, but help your spouse through it. And if you're addicted, you need to get some help. I've talked to people who have been addicted to porn, who are also addicted to heroin and alcoholism, who told me of all their addictions, the porn was the hardest one to get rid of. Think about that. Heroin addiction. Saying it's easier to go cold turkey on heroin than on porn. That's how addictive pornography is. It's a destructive, evil thing that will ruin your life. And if you're caught into that, you need to get out of that mess. And if you're really stuck in it, you're going to need to get some help. Now, we have a program on our website that you can do online. It's called Pure Online. If you go to our website, you'll see a link there where you can sign up for this 30-day program where you can interactively using your computer for something positive for once to help you break the problem of sexual addiction. But it's hard. It's going to be hard, just like kicking heroin. I mean, people who go cold turkey, they describe it as the most worst physical situation they've ever gone through. And then these same guys say it was harder to give up porn. I mean, that's how bad porn is. The spouse needs to be patient, but you need to do something, and you need to go cold turkey. But what you need to understand fundamentally is what you're wanting, which is great sex. Porn will keep you away from great sex. It'll make normal sex boring to you. It'll make it passé. It's sad. Men get to the point where they can't even perform physically because they're so used to be stimulated, highly stimulated by these porn images. I know of men who insist on having dirty magazines open while they're making love to their wives. I don't know how they manipulate that out of the woman, but they do. Why would they do such a thing? Because they're so addicted, they can't perform unless they see these images. Man, if you're in that place, you got to realize you've got a serious problem. Both of you got to realize there's a serious problem involved, and you have got to get help. And it's time that you stop dumping on your wife or your husband or whoever's doing it and using your addiction as a way to criticize the other person. You're not sexy enough. You're not this enough. You don't do that enough. You don't turn me on enough. You're boring. It's not your spouse's problem. You've got the problem. You need to change. You need to stop. You need to get some help.